Hey, what's up? It's your boy Mason. The title of this video is My Gender Dysphoria and How I Cope. This one's going to be more informational, as is most of my videos, but first I'm going to define gender dysphoria so that we have an idea of what I'm talking about. Gender dysphoria is a condition where a person experiences discomfort or distress because there's a mismatch between their biological sex and gender identity. It is also sometimes known as gender incongruence. So yeah, that's the definition we're going to be working with today. There are three different categories of how gender dysphoria manifests. The first one is social dysphoria. Trans individuals wanting people to see them in a different sex or gender. This includes changing pronouns and trying to pass as a different gender than what you were born. For example, wearing gender-affirming clothing or changing your pronouns, changing your name, just trying to outwardly show people that you are your gender. Second one is body dysphoria. Typically, the individual wants their body to look more like a different sex or gender than what they're born as. This can be anywhere from the general silhouette changing to wanting every single detail changed to match their gender identity. Basically, the feeling of this isn't my body, I need to change it to make myself feel comfortable. Some ways of alleviating that are going on hormone replacement therapy or having top or bottom surgery. And then the third one is called mind dysphoria. Experiencing feelings or mood swings related to their assigned sex and feeling discomfort at that. So, for example, somebody like me, a trans guy, feeling PMS symptoms, which suck. So now that we have that all defined, let's talk about my dysphoria in particular. As I've said, I'm an FtM trans guy, so we're going to talk about my version of dysphoria. By the way, this is by no means a template for how dysphoria should be, it's just how I feel it. So I'm going to break my dysphoria down into the aforementioned categories. Social dysphoria. My voice always gives me away. I've been trying to lower it, but there's really no good FtM voice training techniques. The trans women definitely have better techniques than the trans dudes. But for trans dudes, it's basically go on T or just like try to talk to like lower it, and the second option doesn't work. Another thing I'm dysphoric about is, and call me crazy, but dogs, because they can smell your hormones, and so they know that I'm not a dude, and they will see me as female until I start testosterone. So, you know, that kind of, yeah. I get dysphoria whenever somebody calls me miss, ma'am, or any form of she, which my mother likes to do. Yeah, it kind of makes me not want to be around that person ever again. Really hate that. I also hate people saying that I will always be inherently or internally or biologically female. Like, yeah, I realize that. It's still not nice to point that out. Like, I know that I can't change my chromosomes. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that to me. But yeah, no, that is super shitty to do. Super shitty thing to say. I hate that. I hate not being able to walk around without a shirt on, like normal guys. Like, I've felt that since I was a little kid. I just wanted to walk around without a shirt on, just be a dude, but, you know, that's illegal. Apparently. But of course, I wouldn't want anybody to see my chest either. Like, I don't even want to see my chest. Why would I want you to see my chest? No thanks. I get dysphoria not being able to use a urinal. I have an STP or a STP device that is supposed to help me with that, but I haven't perfected using it yet. I will be posting a review about that eventually. But yeah, so I hate being a toilet guy. I want to be a urinal guy, just because urinals, dudes use urinals. I want that. I also hate that I'm shorter than all the other guys around me. Like, I'm 5'4", most guys are like 5'8", 6 foot, so, you know, I will always be a head shorter than every other guy. I hate that. Just, hate it. Okay, second category, body dysphoria. This area, I don't like it. I want it to be flat. I do not want these things here. They're not nice to me. My brain does not like these. Like, I don't like periods. No one should like periods. If you like periods, you're sadistic. But especially as a dude, periods suck because it reminds me every month that I'm not a biological guy, and I really don't need that reminder. I'm aware. Thank you. I understand. Can we stop this? I also don't like what's in between my legs. You know, I want a penis, but I'm stuck with this thing, and it's not nice to me. I don't like any part of it. I just wanna, yeah, no. I also don't like my silhouette. My waist is too skinny. I've got that kind of hourglass kind of shape that most girls want, but I want to be a Dorito. I want to be a Dorito. Dorito. Yes. I also want a lot of body hair. I hate that, like, my chest and, like, stomach area and my face is, like, mostly hairless. I've been using this one product, though, to try to grow my facial hair out, but it's not visible on camera, but it feels cool. And then, category number 3, mind dysphoria. I really dislike my PMS symptoms, and I really dislike whenever I'm, like, really emotional, because I feel like, yeah, I know it's a stereotype, but I hate it because it makes me feel less masculine. It makes me feel more feminine, and I don't know. It's just hard. Dysphoria I have alleviated. My hair dysphoria, which is social and physical. Yeah, I've obviously cut it several times, and to make it look more masculine. It's not behaving today, but it looks good, sort of. Anyway. My name dysphoria, which is social. I changed my middle name to Mason, which is what y'all know me by. And we're not gonna disclose our dead name because, no, y'all don't get that power. I also alleviated my pronoun dysphoria. I go exclusively by he, him pronouns. I do not respond to she, her pronouns, ever. They, them is but mostly for the internet. But yeah, he, him pronouns exclusively. It makes me feel so much better when people say he, him instead of, like, anything else. Different ways I cope. I tend to dress more masculine now. I wear baggy clothing. My basketball shorts that I'm wearing currently go past the knee, and they're, like, several sizes too big for me. But it's comfortable, and it hides everything. So, you know, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. I also have a few different trans products that help me out. This is my binder. It's Underworks. It's probably backwards for y'all, but, you know. Yeah, so if you don't know what a binder is, then, well, let me teach you. So it's got this thick, very stretchy fabric here, and that's all in the chest area. So what it does is it flattens my chest and it makes it harder so that it feels like I have pectorals instead of breast tissue, and it generally helps me pass more and it alleviates my dysphoria. But you can't bind with it for over 8 hours because then you might hurt your ribs. And so it's always a balancing act between top dysphoria and my ribs health and my ability to get top surgery, which is like cutting all the stuff out. I also have these. These are Rodeoh boxers by Trunk. They're for packing. They have a hole right here that you put the shaft through, and then you put it into this pocket, and you put the balls into this pocket, and it gives you a more realistic bulge, and it keeps everything where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to do that. This one likes to ride down because my packer is too heavy, but if you have a light packer, it works really well. And then I have my STP packer here. This is the STP Fitz 2.0. It's a pretty decent packer for the price. Obviously, here you can see all the way through it. It's you pee in this and it comes out of here, and it passes pretty well at the urinal if you're just seeing that. So as soon as I actually make it work, I will be using this more often, but still training with it. It's hard to figure out, but yeah, I pack it like this to the left, my left, your right, and I just put it in those boxers. But yeah, this really nice, only $48, pretty good. It's a Mr. Limpy packer or Mr. Softy packer with the STP device pushed through it. Ordered it, came like this. It's pretty good. Extra small Mr. Limpy. Please don't fall. And then I made a STP harness out of some old underwear, but basically it's just underwear with a hole through it where the shaft needs to go through, and I had it so that it fits me properly. Still haven't used this yet because, again, I'm training, but hopefully this will help me when I go out in public with my STP. And yeah, that's all the stuff I have. Things I do like about my body. This glorious arm hair. I like that my face is pretty masculine. My voice obviously doesn't match my face, but I'm glad that my chest isn't too large. Like, yeah, I'm just wearing a sports bra right now, so it usually passes. And yeah, can't wait to start tea. Oh, this is what I use to try to get the facial hair. I need to use it more regularly, but it started making some stuff grow, like here and here, and it's fun to play with. But yeah, that's all the stuff. That's all my dysphoria. That's all the stuff I use to fix my dysphoria, and yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.